Afternoon, I'm Mark. Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. This afternoon I'm going to take you for a tour around our 2011 Ford Territory SZTS 7-seater diesel wagon. Bit of a mouthful that, but we'll go through it all over the next 10 minutes or so. Starting at the front of the car, you notice it is fitted with the smoked bonnet protector. Does help just eliminate a few of those stone chips right on the front edge of the bonnet. Having said that, there are a couple of minor stone chips that have either been touched up or even just a little cosmetic mark there. Possible actually that will polish out. Finished in a colour that Ford actually called Seduce. Certainly to look at it probably would seduce you, this colour. Is fitted with factory alloy wheels, does have quality Cooper tyres on the car. Plenty of tread on the Cooper tyres, and as we know they're guaranteed to get a lot more Ks than any standard tyre. Looking at the Juco, finished in that metallic as well, coming down the driver's side. Apart from those few minor cosmetics I mentioned earlier, in fairly good order. And the tailgate area appears very similar. Not really a scuff mark on the rear bumper. If I want to be super critical, a little chip there and just a couple of marks there, just probably from opening and closing the actual window itself over a period of time. Also, you notice is fitted with colour-coded reverse sensors, does have the tow pack as well, 2.3 tonne towing. Previous owner has also fitted it with an Anderson plug, which we will also mention a little bit later. Is fitted with a reverse camera. Once again, we'll discuss that during the video. As we move around to the passenger side now, you notice very similar in presentation to the driver's side of the car. In really good order, the Juco. Really struggling to find a mark on the car. The alloys are in really good order. If you're going to expect to see scuff marks or scratches, these are the two that you will usually see it on. And need to look fairly closely to find one minor one just on the front left alloy. So, you know, I'm going searching, you know, to find marks and things on the car. Also notice is fitted with the weather shields on the two front doors, passenger and driver. But overall, the exterior appearance of the car, yeah, really attractive. So moving under the bonnet now, we'll just run through a few of the vital statistics. As we mentioned earlier, 2.7 litre, well, we didn't actually mention it earlier, 2.7 litre turbo diesel motor. Delivers you much better economy than the petrol version. 8.2 litres combined per 100 Ks. 75 litre fuel tank, so you're going to get 914 kilometres to a tank of fuel. At the same time, we'll deliver you 140 kilowatts of power, 440 newton metres of torque. So the biggest thing about the diesel Territory is the performance, but more importantly the economy. Main reason people are looking at the diesel in particular, it does everything you want it to, but saves you a stack of money as well. Back around to the tailgate section now. As I mentioned, I showed you a couple of little cosmetic things earlier. I'm going to show you one more. I might be really fussy, but it's just so you're aware. Just another little minor touch up there at the top of the tailgate. Now, as far as the tailgate goes, two ways we can actually operate here. We can release the glass door by hitting the button here on this side, release the tailgate by this side here. So just a matter of pushing the little pneumatic button there, release the glass, and we've got access just via that area. So if you want to actually load this up to a certain height with cargo, you can do it just by the glass door, rather than have the entire tailgate open completely. If you want to have complete access, just a matter of hitting on the door button on our left side. Once again, just once it's released, give it that first part of its lift and away it goes. As I mentioned earlier, as far as the tow pack goes, you note here the previous owner has fitted it with the Anderson plug as well, just tucked out of there and wired quite neatly. Now we've got the third row seat back section up into position. Notice the base of the seat, just a matter of sliding it into position there and it locks away. So it gives us a fair amount of room. You look into the third row there and you see plenty of room for your occupants in the back. As I mentioned, with the way that Anderson plug's been wired, just tucked nice and neatly out of the way with the insulation around the wiring, which is you know, a really neat job. In the back we've got our cup holders as well. And you notice in the back of the second row seats all of our clips for our child restraints. Also the Territory being one of only a limited number of SUVs that actually also have the points in the rear as well. So important to note, you've got the flexibility from a family point of view. As far as baby seats goes, you've got a number of options rather than being limited to the second row only. So now we're inside the Territory and we'll run through a lot of the features of the car. Start on the driver's armrest, all of our switches for our power windows. Right up the top of the driver's door trim, our controls for our exterior mirrors. Then you'll notice just on our indicator stalk, we do have auto headlights in the Territory. So they are light sensitive, will turn on when required as it gets dark. Our steering wheel is height and reach adjustable, set ourselves up where we're nice and comfy. Simple matter of pulling that lever up into position, lock it away. On our steering wheel itself, all of our settings for our cruise control, then all of our settings for our Bluetooth and our audio as well. Just up on our left here, a couple of buttons. This one here will just select the information that's reading up on our dashboard. Tells us our range to empty, gives us our fuel used, our average economy, and feeds all the information, distance to destination, average speed and so on. On the other side, just our odometer lets us know trip A, trip B, how many kilometres the car's done. This particular model, 93,000 Ks, which is basically no Ks being a diesel. Up into the centre section of our dash now, and this feeds us all of our information, our audio, our information about our dual zone air conditioning. Excuse me. We've got the air conditioning running at the moment. It's on fan speed 5 or 6 and hardly audible on the video. All of the settings directly below for the aircon. Obviously, as I mentioned, dual zone, passenger driver can set it to whatever temperature they require. Our CD player with AM FM radio also does have Bluetooth, as I mentioned, this car, and does also support audio streaming. So being set up to my phone, just simple matter of hitting the media button. I probably hit the button one too many times there, and it picks up the music straight off my phone automatically because I'm already paired to the car. Then down below that, a few manual buttons we have: lock and unlock the doors, a manual button to turn off traction control, our interior light button, storage compartment just there with a 12-volt outlet. So we'll just recommence, a little bit of a tickle in the throat there earlier. So we'll move to the transmission, just an automatic, 6-speed auto. You can drive it as a normal auto, or we can move it across into performance mode and just drive it as a manual by use of the stick. Indicates our what gear we're in up on the dashboard as well. Leather wrapped pouch around the T-bar and around our handbrake as well. Just standard release there. Close our little door if we're not using storage. Cup holders is standard in the middle there. And then inside our console lid, few features. We've got our auxiliary and USB inputs. You also have a phone holder. Obviously my iPhone 6 is in a cover, protective cover, so a little bit challenged with that one. But the majority of phones, except the very late model or current model ones that are bigger than an iPad, should fit in there. Also, while we're in the interior, notice how well maintained the fabric, all of the seats, door trims, carpets, everything's been maintained beautifully in this car. Does also have all our airbags, so it has front, side and curtain airbags. Helps this car achieve its 5-star ANCAP safety rating. Now the reason as we scan around the interior we notice the quality and how well it's been looked after comes down to what you're about to see now, which is the service books. Female owner previously, and we'll go to the servicing, go all the way back to from new. So originally obviously the first initial service, and then every intermediate service all the way through. Stamp in the books every time, every 15,000 K been serviced, right up to the current one at 90,000 Ks. And then because we're really pedantic when we prepare our cars, we've done one at 93,000 Ks, which obviously the car's done. It's done 4 kilometres since we serviced the vehicle, so that just shows you how fresh the service is. So in summary, really attractive example of a 2011 TZ 7-seater diesel wagon. Just to recap a few important points: 140 kilowatts of power, 440 Newton meters of torque, combined fuel economy of 8.2 litres per 100 k's, so that's outstanding economy. 5-star ANCAP safety rating. Cooper tyres, really important. Stacks of k's left in those tyres. Last but not least, we did discover when we were doing a video a little while back that Batman's always somewhere, a little bit like Where's Wally. So if you're looking at buying this car as a family and one of the kids can find Batman in the video somewhere, there might be a reward for the kids when you come down and purchase the vehicle. Hope this gives you a really good idea of the quality of the car. If you've got any further questions, feel free to give us a ring, 9907 0555.